The idea is that that's a plan of the bathroom. There would be a toilet bowl, say here, and then so there would be one of these countertops on one side and one on the other side. And the idea is that the top folds up and the support slides over so that you could pack the wheelchair in and transfer over to the toilet bowl.
State University of New York at Buffalo, Department of Architecture, Fall Semester, 1993. What is universal design? Design for all people. Sounds good, but how do we teach it? Searching for universal design.
As a faculty member, I would like them to go beyond just providing physical access. I would like them to understand the underlying philosophy.
Universal design is an integrative approach to design. It goes beyond physical access to include many other ergonomic issues. It includes consideration for a variety of consumer preferences. We want the students to grasp the concept and use it in every aspect of design. We should not forget that universal design includes a consideration for all people, not only those people with disabilities. It includes other aspects of design, such as aesthetics and maintainability, that contribute to the appeal of a product or an environment.
How do we teach universal design? We involved consumers.
I think it's very helpful. First, one thing for the students, because for most students, they've never come across people with disabilities. They have never had a face-to-face encounter with people who have disabilities. So for them to sort of get first-hand experience from the people with disabilities about what their experience is. So there's a great learning content in that from the student's perspective. Secondly, from the perspective of the consultants, I think most consultants kind of feel very ignored by the society. And for them to feel more empowered, to feel that they are being heard, to feel that they have a say into the whole thing. And I think it's also good for people who have, for the consultants. So I see a kind of a win-win situation. Both are benefited in this area.
How do we teach universal design? We chose a sequence of related projects that could engage the creative imagination. Artist residences for a summer art center, a hotel for the same site, and a product that could be used in the buildings or for traveling. We had students write a biography of a person with a disability. We had students simulate disabilities. We held a workshop on movement. We experimented with full-scale models. Did we find universal design?
In Toshiro Tanaka's scheme for his hotel rooms, he has woven a thread-like, or a series of thread-like elements, almost like a bobbin, where the circulation is one thread, the rooms are another thread, and there are voids that overlook the art galleries in the floor below, all three of which become interwoven.
The other interesting thing about Tanaka's project is the way he sort of integrates the public and private space of the hotel. I mean, there's this private space, which is the rooms, and they are almost overlooking this public space, which is the gallery underneath. So he has this visual integration between them, and I think this is very wonderful.
The room and bathroom design are an excellent example of universal design. The toilet and tub are located in an island, so that one can enter on one side and come out the other side. This provides a freer form of circulation than one usually has in the dead-end bathrooms in most hotels. Also, it is clear that movement, as expressed in the circulation pattern, has been the predominant influence in the form of the interiors.
This is a wonderful example of how universal design can be flexible design and therefore allow different people, allow accommodating needs of different people. This is a wonderful drinking fountain that is pivoted and therefore moves up and down and changes the height and therefore allows itself to meet the needs of a child, an adult, or somebody on a wheelchair. Well, there are other features also that are built into this that are very universal. In other words, how does one actually activate this? It has controls that work by the touch of the hand or chest control. So when you are actually leaning on this, or if there's a wheelchair user, if this person is actually pulling themselves up against the fountain. So there are various ways of operating this, and that's another reason why it makes it universal.
One thing I like about this hotel project by Scott Fuller is the terracing of the floors for the hotel rooms. This means that all of the hotel floors have direct access to grade without stairs, providing full egress to emergency exits solves a major problem of accessible building design.
There are a lot of features in this that really allow people to find a place for themselves in this product system. For example, there are these coin slots that are usually very difficult for people to insert coins, and especially those who have hand disabilities. The coin slot, for example, has been made large enough that you don't really have to insert. You basically throw in and it just goes in. Similarly, the card slot, the slot that allows you to put your phone card, is large enough that doesn't require very careful insertion, but just almost random pointing and just slipping in, and it just almost feeds into the slots. Same thing with the coin return slot. Usually they're so small that people are difficulty getting in. So people who may have hand deformities or somebody who may have arthritis have really difficulty getting coins that are returned from the machine. So this large receptacles or large openings are a wonderful way of actually putting coins in or getting them back.
One of the things we discovered through the involvement of consultants in our project was that typical architectural drawings are not always that easy for people not trained to read them to understand. Brian Spakowski developed a series of conceptual drawings, almost like cartoons, so that he could communicate to the consultants more easily. These turned out to be very effective in helping them to understand the design.
His hotel room is very beautifully laid out. It is very spacious and very clear of any kind of obstruction. It allows very easy passage through the hallways. The bathroom takes into consideration about the turning of wheelchairs. It's more than 5 feet diameter, and his clearance is a lot more than the minimum. The double door provides a very easy access to the bathroom. I think this room was very well thought out for, especially for somebody who's on wheelchair, and even the way the furniture is laid out, it provides clear access to every part of the room.
In the design of a universal fire extinguisher, Jose Crespo chose to rethink the packaging of the machine from its present cylindrical shape with handles and devices that you have to aim to something that was more molded, compact into a single element that people with all sorts of disabilities would be able to use. He struggled to find a form that would be able to be activated either with things like the chin, with partial arms, or even working with legs that didn't fully function. And it was all done through a device that you could handle, and you could turn it with your body in order to make it function the way it had to.
I think this design resulted in one of the most successful projects because it went beyond the functional to an evocative form. It actually created so much interest that when most people are handed the device, they naturally hug it to their chest, exactly the way it was intended to be used.
Jose looked at not just the function, but also how people use a fire extinguisher in times of an emergency. I mean, he realized that in times of emergency, there's a panic situation, and therefore there was this grasping thing, and you were sort of very much, wanting to, grasp things to your body and run. So this was derived from a grasping form, and it's like a body form. If it was a body form, he saw it, the product has to be an extension of the body, and therefore this body form, what it could do, that it becomes a natural extension of yourself. And so he saw it as a biomorphic form that allows you to actually engage yourself bodily with the form. So he saw a child in this form, and he sort of he saw quite a lot of natural elements that automatically allows you to sort of begin to very clearly spell out what the object is all about, how it is to be used. So there's a lot of ingrained visual language into this form.
We learned a lot about teaching an architecture studio on universal design. In the process, we learned also that universal design creates a great opportunity for teaching architecture in general. Many thanks to all the consultants, professors, and students who made this project possible. Consultants who appear in this tape are Ernie Churchwell, Erlene Collier, Jay Levitt, Jamie Lembeck, Kirsten Milbrath, Tom Nicholas, Lola Reppenhagen, Toby Bloom Sholkoff, Ollie V. Scott, Sue Ann Sell, Steve Truesdale, Todd Verwerk, and Doug Usiak. This videotape was produced as part of the Universal Design Education Project. Financial support was provided by the Adaptive Environment Center, Boston, Massachusetts, through a grant from the National Endowment of the Arts. At the State University of New York at Buffalo, the Center for Inclusive Design and Environmental Access, and the Center for Assistive Technology.